Hey guys, Phase 2 Action Review here, and today we're going to be looking at my top 10 favorite Black Series figures of all time. Um, so this is any figure that came out between 2013 or 14 till now. Now, not all of those figures are going to be that old, if any, on the list, but I guess we're just going to have to find out. So, if you're new, hit that like button, consider hitting the subscribe button, and let's get right into it. Alrighty guys, so right before we get into the list, I have an idea of some upcoming videos that I think would be cool, and I'd like you guys to let me know in the comments. I was thinking about making a video kind of like this one, but for underrated Black Series figures, because I feel like there's a lot of figures in the line that deserve more respect, and just more, yeah, just like more respect, because there's some really good ones that aren't really talked about much that I think should be. And maybe I can do maybe an overrated video, or I don't know, some stuff like that. So if you guys have any ideas, just let me know in the comments. But let's get right into this. So starting at the number 10, I'm going to give it to can you guys guess with just the boots? How about the legs? Thrawn, yeah. So this, oh, I'm just gonna place him there. This lizard did not come with a Thrawn. This came with the Luke, so this is not the SDCC one, but Thrawn. I always thought Thrawn was one of the coolest characters, how intelligent he is, and you can just figure somebody out just by their posture and stuff like that. So, as cool as a character he is, that translates right into the figure. This figure is awesome, and yeah, he's just a really cool character. And it's like his storyline. I do have the Thrawn book, which I haven't completed yet, but I have started, and it's pretty dang good so far. And yeah, like I said, there's the lizard. I don't remember the name. I'll put it up right here. And yeah, so there's kind of like these, like the leg right here can kind of like notch on to the back of here somehow if you just like push it on by pressure. And sometimes it falls off while you're trying to do it, but sometimes like that it goes on quite fine. And this creature kind of like blocks out the force, which I think is really cool. So yeah, let's get right into the next one. Alrighty guys, so at number 9, this is another character that I enjoy. He is a Legends, which I'm not sure if he's been made canon yet. If he has, let me know in the comments, and that is Revan. He's another character that I just love his story. He looks super cool. I like how he went from the light side, then over to the dark side, and somehow got banished from both Sith and Jedi. So I do also have his book as well as the Thrawn, and super good. I just love this character so much. I do have the Jedi version, which is the Game and Greats one, which that figure is also pretty incredible. And I just like this figure a tad bit more, mainly because it's his main look. And yeah, so I mean, you can just kind of like move his head in there a little bit, not too much, but I think if you kind of have it down too much, then the forehead's a little bit too much exposed. So I kind of like to have it more upward, makes it look more ominous and stuff. And I just really like his lightsaber hilt designs. Like, I think that one looks super cool, as well as this one, because this one has, let's see if you can get it, those little prongs right there. He uses them as like a grapple hook to stop blades and stuff like that, and I always thought this was really cool. So yeah, so let's get on to the next one. At my number 8 spot, this is another character that's in pretty much all main sources of TV shows, like all the main popular ones, and that is Bo-Katan, or Bo-Katan. Bo-Katan. I call her Bo-Katan at least. Bo-Katan Kryze. She's super cool. As you can probably notice, I have done some like weathering on the armor and the undersuit, and I even made her hair a little bit more red. I mainly try to make it look more like the season 3 kind of look, because that's like my favorite look for her so far. And made the backpack more shiny a bit. So yeah, I just really like her character. I mean, she's a Mandalorian, so of course I'd like her. Just how she's so, the character change from all 3 of the TV shows is kind of really cool. Not kind of, really cool. How she was with Death Watch, and like how they're so like aggressive with everything, to disbanding and making her own kind of thing, which I always thought was really cool. And yeah, so I just think she's a really good figure. I mean, her articulation's really good too. Thinking about getting another one of her so I can make her into the season 3 outfit, or just wait for Hasbro to do it. Because I have noticed sometimes whenever I make a custom, Hasbro does end up making it, and it's kind of like, do I really need to buy the new figure? Yeah, I'd like a new figure, make it probably a little bit more better than my own. Kind of like what happened with this Darth Vader that I have here. This kind of doesn't have anything to do with the list, but this Darth Vader is the Kenobi one. I even put like the slashes. And then Hasbro did make one, and I'm like, do I really need to get the new one? Probably. But I still really like that one. I mean, I spent a lot of time working on that head sculpt, which if you do want to check that out, I do have a video on all the custom action figures that I've done. So if you like customs, or just want to check out some of the artwork and characters that I've done, go check out that video. And let's get right into number 7. Alrighty guys, so getting into number 7. Number 7 pick would be Mando. Beskar Mando, specifically. I mean, who doesn't like this figure, right? I mean, sorry about that. He's just super cool. He comes with quite a few accessories. I mean, there's a few inaccuracies, and the new one does look really good, like the 2023 one, in case you're watching this in the future. It does look really, really good, so really excited to get that. And as you can probably notice, I have done some modifications, like replaced the cape, made the jetpack more metallic, and I have painted the red on the detonators, as well as here I have repainted the black, because the black on the saber was just like chipping off. So I repainted the black and then add some of that streaking effects as cracking effect in the saber itself, and I think it looks pretty good. I think it looks really good. So I really enjoy this figure. I enjoyed season 3 a lot, actually, which I know a lot of people didn't, which I was surprised to find out after I actually watched the show. But I enjoyed season 3 a lot. I know why, or maybe some things that people didn't like about season 3, but I thought it was great. And yeah, so let's get on to number 6. For my number 6 spot of my favorite Black Series, I choose the Clone Wars Darth Maul. I mean, Clone Wars being my favorite show of all time, it's my favorite, at least, outfit for Darth Maul. I just think he looks so cool. Like robotic legs, like kind of robes with a belt going through it, so like techie, kind of like the Mandalorian kind of were. And I just think he looks really cool. I mean, the horns look really good. I mean, there is the face and like chest, like slightly different color of red, which is honestly fine with me. The horns look really good, like I said. Pretty spiky too, honestly. But yeah, I just really like this character. I mean, Clone Wars, my favorite show, which on the list, hints, spoiler for later on, there's going to be a decent amount of Clone Wars related stuff, and we are about halfway through, so let's get right into the next one. Alright, so for number 5, I do have Kenobi Vader. I really do like this figure, and he looks sick. This is kind of like the A New Hope, similar to Vader, or if you want to have a Vader for your Rebel shelf, this would also be a good one, but I do not own the Empire Strikes Back one, which probably if I did, it would be higher on the list. I know it has a lot better articulation, but man, this figure looks so cool. And who doesn't like Darth Vader, right? I mean, he's Darth Vader. Come on now. So, yeah, that's pretty awesome of a figure. His cape is pretty big too. Let's just see if I can. He is Batman. But let's get right into the next one. Alright, so in the number 4 spot, I don't know if you would really consider this a figure as in one figure. It's, I guess you could say it's 2 figures, but we're mainly focusing on the Luke, and this is the training Dagobah Luke with Yoda in the backpack. This set is just overall one of the best sets and deluxes to ever be in the line. I mean, look, this is definitely the best Mark Hamill likeness. Even the Yoda, like, this Yoda's one of the best, and he's properly scaled as well. So, this scales up properly, unlike the original Yoda, I believe it was. And I do kind of like tuck the robe inwards to kind of like tuck it so it doesn't get like all messed up and bunched up when I put it in the backpack. But yeah, he goes in there quite fine, and I just think this figure overall is great. The posability, I mean, how many Black Series figures comes with interchangeable hands? Not many. I don't think there's really much. I mean, there's Han Solo with the gloves, but I think that might be pretty much it. Yeah, unless there's some of the X-Wing fighters or something like that. But yeah, so let's get right into the next one. Alright, so for this next one, this is a Clone Trooper, and I try to keep it as low as I could for Clone Troopers on this list, because if that was the case, the entire list would be Clone Troopers. So I try to keep it to like named characters and like important characters. But then this list, if not, this list would be just all Clone Troopers. But this is Echo, and it's the Clone Wars carded one, and yeah, I can't wait to get the even though Jesse technically wouldn't make sense with Echo, just to have like Jesse and Fives is all like the 501st ARC Troopers right there. It would just be, it's gonna be so cool. Jesse has his inaccuracies, so does Fives, but just ignoring those figures look great, dude. And yeah, so I mean, there's really not much to talk about this guy except for he's awesome. All the paint, removable helmet, that's always a plus with me. And pauldrons look cool. The handprint right here looks awesome. And yeah, let's get right into the next one. Alright, so for number 2, this means this is my second favorite Black Series figure. Keep in mind, like I said, Clone Wars, my favorite show, pretty much favorite thing about Star Wars. And yeah, and this is going to be the Clone Wars Anakin. Anakin's one of my favorite characters in overall. So the Clone Wars one definitely has a special place in my heart. I just love this character overall and this costume for him. The public logo right there, the Jedi logo, sorry. Jedi logo. But yeah, this figure looks so good. So does his lightsaber. His lightsaber is my favorite lightsaber in all of Star Wars. So definitely another plus for me, just to knowing that he has it. Just it's great. But yeah, let's get on to the last figure of this list. Now, if you've been a long-time watcher of the channel, you probably know who this figure is gonna be. So let's get into it. So for my number one pick, my favorite Black Series figure of all time is indeed Captain Rex. Man, he's just like, nobody can tell me he's not the coolest clone trooper. You know, there's always Fordo, but who's Fordo compared to Rex? Am I right? Like, look at this guy. He's just so cool. Just seeing him, like I said, Clone Wars. Just stand this here. My top 3 figures. I'm gonna get them. Which technically, all my top 3 figures all look amazing together. Which just put him here. Alrighty, guys. So I have my top 3 all paired together, and I mean, this just tells you and explains what's definitely my favorite out of this line. I mean, the clones and prequels and stuff like that is definitely where it's at for me. But yeah, so you've made it to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. Consider hitting the subscribe button. It definitely helps out the channel. Comment if you would edit or add or just change anything with my list. Comment if you like the video. And yeah, so hit the like button. So hit the subscribe button. And I'll see you clankers later.